What's a loophole you found and exploited the hell out of? With my baby face, they'd still deny me and take my legal fake. If that ever happens again, tell them you're going to call the cops. I spent 15 minutes in a liquor store once because they thought my legit ID was fake. I told the manager I would be more than happy to call the police to run the ID. The manager okayed the sale. I never went back to that liquor store. Making Hotmail accounts to get free shit. Xbox Live free months in particular, in the early mid-2000s. Not sure if it counts as a loophole, but I worked at a books, music, video store when I was in high school. We were supposed to remove the entraining portion of our name tags after the first 2 weeks. I just left mine on so that customers wouldn't ask me questions. A full year of hardly anyone talking to me at work was the best full year of my life. Nowadays most retail workers wear that tag on their faces. That blank soulless expression that immediately tells you this person has checked out mentally. In Washington, a casino had $30 of chips for $20 for military. They couldn't legally make me bet. It became a second job. Blockbuster ran a deal on games that was something like $20 to $30 a month to rent unlimited games 2 at a time. I modded my Xbox so that I could download the games onto the hard drive and wouldn't need the physical disc. So for $30 I rented close to 60 games, and would download them onto my hard drive. It was awesome. Edit, forgot the best part of it. Blockbuster was across the street, and I could walk there. My university gives us $20 of printing each semester, 5 cents a page. We submit the printing to an online service and go to a printer to release it. But I found the IP address of the printer I use most and connect to it directly, and print for free. Very useful in my English class where I print out a ton of manuscripts to edit. My prof said there's about an $80 fee in printing for the semester, but not for me. Paying for printing is the dumbest thing. The amount that tuition costs nowadays, there is no excuse. Harris Teeter built a new store in our area. They had a promotion where every new prescription would give you $25 store credit. For some reason they gave me the credit for refills as well as new. They also gave diabetic meds, which I am on, for free. By the time the promotion was over I had received over $400 in free groceries and only spent around $50 on meds. In the 70s the vending machine at school had chocolate milk for 20 cents. In metal work class, someone would take a nickel and put it in the press and die and squeeze it into a quarter slug, go get a chocolate milk and bring back the nickel change for someone else to do it. They knew. Perhaps they looked the other way because it kept several kids actively engaged in shop class. Applied to a local college I had no intention of going to. Received.edu email, free 6 months Amazon Prime. Exact same thing happened to me, but it happened to be the school I ended up going to. I got the .edu email when I was accepted, and they gave me full tuition, so they've been hella helpful. Sign up for the local movie theater's email newsletter and get a free popcorn. Sign up with a free 10-minute mail account and print the coupon. Free popcorn every time I go to the theater. Doesn't really feel like a loophole, but it's close enough. My wife and I ordered a pizza and some side from Pizza Hut, and it came out to just above $20 before tax, fee and tip. Then I got an email saying if I fill out a survey, I will get a coupon for $10 off an order of $20 or more. So 5 days later we ordered pizza again, and paid $10 less, and got another email for surveys. We ended up ordering like 20 times over a 3-month period and got sick of eating pizza. Every year in high school when we had to sell those giant coupon books I'd never give the book back. I'd just tell them I turned it in, and they bought it every time. My dad grew up on the border of US and Canada, in US, and there were 2 banks across the street from each other. One day they had different exchange rates. He made $500 in a day just walking back and forth. Someone at my local Walmart randomly marks some of my favorite food products $1. It doesn't last long, but when I find one I buy the case. I've had to walk with a manager several times to the shelf, but $1 for a $7 bag of quinoa adds up. Thank you, Walmart miscreant. Friend of mine worked in a call center. There was a queue of who takes the next call. He found that if he pressed his break button and pressed the button that put him back in the queue, it would put him at the bottom. He was leaving his job soon and really didn't care if he got caught. His last 3 days he took 5 calls. One of the vending machines I worked with had a faulty ratcheting mechanism. If you turned it just far enough to get a can of Coke out, you could turn the dispenser mechanism backwards by hand and get another can, and another. I regularly doubled my drinks there. In high school, if you're 5 minutes late for a class, it's a tardy. Requiring me to go to the front office for a tardy slip where they would automatically change the attendance record to say tardy rather than absent. So I got the slip and just left school again, and was still marked as present in the class, because the system was automatic. Teachers didn't catch on because most wouldn't write up for tardies anyways. Use an empty prepaid Visa to buy parking tickets from the city meters. It doesn't bill till a few days later, and there's no tracing it. Reading so many good uses of prepaid cards. I should probably get one. Back when I used to have a free Spotify subscription, I'd pause every track a second before it ended and manually select the next track. Since the track was paused, it didn't count as a play. Voila, no commercials.